Hello, my name is Paul Grant and welcome to Music Energetics. In this video, I'd like to share with you what I've learned about the benefits of using singing bowls for healing and meditation. And I'd also like to share with you some really interesting facts I've discovered about their mysterious historic origin. And towards the end of the video, I'd like to also demonstrate some of the techniques that I've learned and practice to create the various harmonic tones these bowls can produce. Now, I bought my first singing bowl about a year ago because I was really interested to find out how to use these as complementary tools for self-healing meditation, and to also to start recording the tones to include in some of my musical compositions that I create and share on Music Energetics. Now, I bought this particular bowl from Amazon for about £25, which came with a cushion and a mallet. And as you can see, the bowl is beautifully designed with its antique look and feel. And the sound it creates, such as this, I find is really enchanting to listen to. Now, these singing bowls are generally used for mindfulness activities such as prayer, meditation, yoga, and even chakra healing. Now, historically, they were used by Tibetan monks. And I find that the pleasant and long-lasting sounds these create are almost like a energy medicine that helps the brain waves to synchronize to perfect resonance of the bowls, meaning that these are effectively used as mediums to change a person's state of consciousness. For example, I tend to use my bowl in the morning during meditation and after work and when preparing for sleep. And it also seems to help me to increase my mental and emotional clarity, as well as reduce tension, stress, anxiety, and even anger at times when needed. Modern science now states that everything is in a state of vibration, meaning that all matter has a sound frequency, whether we can hear it or not. For example, the organs, tissues, emotions, or even mind thoughts have a specific energy and sound wave frequency. And the idea behind using sound therapy tools such as the singing bowl is to not only help harmonize our emotional and mental states, which will definitely have an impact on our ability to self-heal, but also to help harmonize the energy flow within the body. For example, if we experience some sort of trauma after a really stressful event in our lives, which has caused some sort of effect on certain parts of the body, the energy flow will be hindered. So the idea is to use sound tools to help the energy flow get back into its natural rhythm, to help the natural healing process to occur. I believe this is really important to understand this because anybody at any age can use such tools on a daily basis to improve their lives. I've been performing some research on the topic of the history of the singing bowl origin, and I have to confess, even to this day, it seems like a mystery because there is actually a lack of evidence to demonstrate its origin. However, what I've discovered through reading the various books and articles on the subject is that it seems like it was the creation of the bowls were part of a process involving a fusion of different cultures. For example, the Nepali metal makers, otherwise known as Nepali artisans, were worldly known as the best metal makers in the world, and it seems as if they were the people who originally introduced the bowl as a healing tool, as such, for meditation. And it was also interesting to find that traditionally the bowls were created using various metals, including gold, silver, mercury, iron, copper and lead. And also interesting to find out that the metals actually correspond to the 7 planets, including the Sun, Moon, Mercury, Saturn, Venus, Mars, and even Saturn. I think I've got it all correct. And so even though it seems that the origin of the bowl, which was created maybe about 2,000 to 5,000 years ago, derived from different cultures, traditionally the bowls were used by Tibetan monks, hence why it's called the Tibetan singing bowl. And I'd like to demonstrate to you how I actually create the various sounds using the singing bowl. But firstly, when I prepare for meditation, I make sure that I'm fairly relaxed in my body, shoulders, head, and in my arms. And I tend to allow the natural flow of breathing, and whenever thoughts come into my mind, I allow them to come without any resistance, because eventually my mind actually focuses on the bowl and the sounds. Now, there's a couple of ways you can actually hold a bowl. Firstly, you can hold it in the palm of your hand with your fingers closed, but not touching the actual edges of the bowl, because it will hinder the actual sound quality. Also, you can actually, if you're a beginner, you can start off with just using a cushion, for example. And what you do is use the mallet. Either side, you've got the hard side and the soft side to create the tone, simply by tapping the edge of the bowl. Now, what I advise is that you don't tap right on the top, because it creates this very sharp, edgy sound. You aim towards the top and not on the top. So the first sound is created purely by tapping. And I allow the sound to actually naturally fade out. Also, you need to know that just to hold a mallet, you hold it with your fingers like this and your thumb, and you have a firm, but not too much tension in the grip, because you want a certain looseness about it in order to actually make the tap effectively. So what I do, I tap, allow the sound to resonate and breathe, and also allow the sound to actually absorb into my body and mind. Now, to make the bowl sing, what you do is tap the bowl again, like you've done before, but this time, after you tapped it, you follow through with a constant pressure around the actual edge of the bowl in a circular clockwise motion. For example, now I find that the various pressure and speed actually has an impact on the volume of this singing the bowl actually does, and it can actually get quite loud. Now, the reason why they suggest you use the clockwise circular motion is because apparently when our body is in a healthy state, the energy flow is in a clockwise direction. For example, the chakra energy centers move in a clockwise direction. If you're not aware of what chakras are, you can look at other videos and articles I share on music energetics. The other thing you could do is actually use the other end of the mallet, such as the hard end, because it creates a different tone, for example. Now, I thank you for watching this video, and if you wish to see more videos and articles based on the concept on using music, rhythm and sound as complementary healing tools, I welcome you to join me by subscribing. In the meantime, I wish you all the best of your health and happiness.